creatives, and welcome to another video. So today I'm here to share week 5 till 8 in the Marguerite Miller collage planner challenge, and we are jumping off with week 5, which is something maroon, a repeating pattern found in nature, which I switched out for the bonus, the typewriter text, an eating or cooking utensil such as a spoon, something hung on a wall, and a doodle. So the first piece I showed you was something maroon. Then I have the typewriter text, the eating utensils. I'm going to use this piece as something hung on a wall because there are pieces hanging on a wall. I'm taking the dried flowers side, and I took a Posca paint marker for my doodle because I'm going to add a doodle on this page. And I'm really having fun with these collage challenges. I also noticed that I get into the habit of it and that I'm getting used to creating them because they are also going a lot faster than the first one. If you want to see the first ones, week 1 to 4, you can see that on my YouTube channel. If I don't forget, I will link that down below for you as well if you like these. But this is week 5 till 8 from the Marguerite Miller CW Planner Challenge 2022. So I'm working in an altered book that I got for free with my groceries, which I don't care for. So I'm turning that into my glue book. And I like to start off with a large background piece to cover up most of the paper. I'm going to tear up this book page. This was a letter I found in a book. So it's not a real letter, but it's just a book page. But it had the beautiful typewriter text and a beautiful signature. It's from our previous queen, I believe, sent to an artist from the Netherlands. But I really liked the font. It's from 1962. I go thrift store shopping a lot lately because it's really helping me with my burnout. And then I found these amazing books. So I am on a mission to use them. And because there will always be new books, right, that you find and you want to buy. So I want to stop hoard my supplies and I want to use them. So that is what I'm doing here. There was still a little bit of that original book page showing, so I took one of the scraps with another signature on there, and I am just going to stick that down on the bottom to cover up that strip. And that is my first formula for creating these collages, is to create my background. So I want to have big pieces and pieces that can be in the background to cover up this whole page, and then I will look at focal points. So that's what I look for when I go through my stash for these challenges, to find pieces that are big and small, and some pieces that can be a focal point and pieces that can be a background. So now it is time for my doodle, and because there are these dried flowers hanging on the wall, I thought it would be fun to create a leaf. I'm very much into drawing this loopy leaf plant. I don't know, I just love it. I'm having a lot of fun. It turns up in a lot of my art journals, also in my personal journal. So yeah, I thought it would be appropriate for this page. And I wanted to add these other two pieces down the bottom to create a fun collage cluster. So this is my something maroon, and then with the eating utensils, that is from a flow paper book for food lovers, I believe. I still thought that the plant was a little bit missing something, so I wanted to add a little bit of white around it. And I should have done that before I stuck everything down. I know I love this look, so I don't know why I didn't do it immediately. But it worked out fine. I love this doodly, scribbly look, so it worked out perfect. And then I'm going to add a word sticker or word sentence, and this is from a Tim Holtz snarky sticker book. And this one says, "I don't mean to brag, but I finished my 14-day diet in 3 hours." And I really thought that would fit with the eating utensils and just create a fun little page in my glue book. In 3 hours and 12 minutes, it says. Adding my date as I do, and then we are going to move on to the next week. So the next week is week 6, and it says pick a room in a home, real or imagined. Find at least 3 images of things that could go in this room and create a collage with them. So of course I picked my craft room, I mean duh, and I found these images in a Flow magazine. So I have this special about illustrations and came with this gift wrap with a lot of stationery and art supplies. I found this beautiful piece with all of the other art supplies and watercolors. And then there was also a card in there that looks like a pegboard with scissors and washi tape and all those things. So I thought that those are my 3 pieces that I'm going to use. I'm going to create a collage with them. But like I said, I like to do the background first, and this background paper was not big enough. And I believe book text is always a good choice to make. So because it's neutral, but it does give a very fun graphic look. So I am adding book text on the places where will be no image. So it will cover up the complete background because I really, really, really don't want to see that. So yeah, I'm just tearing up my pages. I love the teared look. I'm very much into that at the moment. So you will see that in a lot of my projects. Also, it's very, very easy to tear with a ruler instead of cutting with scissors because I always cut things crooked. And now I'm just sticking this beautiful image down. There is a headline over there that I will cover up because I am planning to put something else there because I believe that you can always cover things up that you want to cover up from an image. You don't need to use everything. I have this red graph paper in my stash that I also use to put in junk journals, and I thought it would be perfect because, well, I put this in junk journals, so it fits in my craft room, right? And it's a graph paper. I thought it would also fit the theme, and it would hold my title very, very well for this page, because of course I want to refer to what this page is about, and for some reason words always finish it off for me. I need words apparently. So what I did is I put that piece of paper there, and now I'm going to the gift wrap, which was my 3rd piece that I chose, and I'm going to fussy cut out images that I will layer on top of the collage that I already made. I love to layer up things because I think that gives a lot of depth and a lot of personality. It also helps to make it more your own because sometimes you also have a lot of the same supplies. So adding just extra little things or other things to your collages helps a lot to make it your own. Here I'm just adding... I just found some pieces that I thought, oh, that would look cool on this page. And I don't mind that things are not completely there because I like to hang things off the page. So if there's a part missing, I will just make sure to put it on the side of a page, and then I can still use the image. It would be such a waste to throw away that whole scissor because there's just a little bit missing. And now with this, you would have never known that it was not a whole scissor before I used it. So here I am, I'm putting some of these images around also to connect all of the pieces. That's also why I love to overlap. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to stick everything down with my glue stick. I like to do things in stages and already lay some things out before I actually stick everything down because it helps me with balance. I don't want to linger too long on my composition, but I do want to do this in steps. Now I thought it would be fun to add This Is My Happy Place with some stamping. So I found these stamps in my stash. I'm just trying to figure out with the size of my stamps where to stamp the words and if it would fit. It would fit greatly, so I'm very happy with that. And I just really wanted to document with this collage that my craft room is my happy place. This is my safe place. This is just... I need to be in here. Making art and creating is a lifesaver for me. So this is the only place where I am, just me, being me, just creating. Now we go to week 7, and week 7 was a photo, something in a garage, a rubber stamp used in 2 different colors, a headline, and a sewing item. So what I did, I took this misprint from my stash. I took this car image from a book. These Tim Holtz stamps that I'm going to use in 2 colors. This is my headline from a Flow magazine. And my sewing item is that pattern paper, that sewing pattern paper. And as you can see here, I already have the formula. So I have one big background piece. Then I have something to add if the background piece isn't big enough, which is usually the case. Then I have some things to create my focal point, which will be the photo and the car and things that will build with my focal point, like the stamps. So I'm taking this photo. I'm on this photo, the top one with Kelly, which I lived with when I was 18 in sort of a home. We lived there together because, well, we didn't have a great childhood. And the bottom one is with my little sister, who is actually little because she is 159, which is very, very small. I don't know how much that is in feet or inches, but she's very, very small, as you can see at the picture, because we are just standing next to each other and I'm a lot bigger than her. So I wanted to use that picture because it was a misprint. There is a weird spot in one of the photos and I didn't want to use that in my memory keeping, but I also don't want to throw this away. So I thought this glue book is the perfect place. This prompt is the perfect prompt to finally use this photo with a misprint. Here I am trying to figure out what I wanted to use for the backing. At the end, I decided I also want to use that sewing paper for the background for my photo. I'm just sticking everything down with a glue stick. I don't know yet what I really think about this glue stick, to be honest. But I'm using it right now for these collages to try it out. As you can see here again, I'm trying to rip the paper. Like I said, I love the ripped paper look, but also it really helps me to not make it crooked. And if it's crooked, it's ripped, so it doesn't really matter. I'm also going to use a piece of that sewing paper on top to cover up that pink and, you know, just add a little extra to my collage. I thought it was really fun because I would have never thought to use a car. I mean, I don't have a thing with cars. So when the prompt says something in a garage, I thought this is the moment to use a car from this book that I have with airbrush paintings. I thought, yes, this is the moment I'm going to use it, because whenever will I use a car again? I don't know, maybe I will use a car now because I actually really liked it, but it's not something I gravitate to. So that's also something I really like about these challenges from Marguerite Miller, is that I do things that I maybe wouldn't have done if it wasn't for the challenge. So now everything is pretty much ready and I'm going to stamp here, and I'm so sorry that my head is in frame a lot. I have trouble with stamping straight and filming, so I'm sorry for that, but I did want to show you how I do this process. I didn't want to edit it out because I use my focal point to create somewhat of a wreath around it. So it comes quite precise and that is why you see my head a lot, so because I want to see if I'm straight on stamping. But like I said, I didn't want to take this out because you can see how I use my photo as a reference, or my focal point as a reference to how much ink I need on my stamp and what the angle is of my stamp and how I want to add my 2 colors. So I picked 2 colors that are on the reddish side because of the car, and the sewing pattern has also reddish. I like to work in color schemes to repeat colors. So that is why I chose these red and plum ink pads. Now I'm going to add some more stamping, and this doesn't come as precise as around my focal point. So now you will not see my head because I'm not so worried about it. I'm going to add the stamping on several places because I feel it really helps if you put things in repeats, and especially if you put them in threes. Your brain likes that. And it's very pleasing to your eye. Also, it helps to draw your eye to the middle point with the photos. So after I was done, it was time to cut off the excess of my page and to adhere my focal point, which is with the 2 photos. And it's really fun because the headline says Liefde zonder hokjes, which means love without boxes. So I thought it was fun to add that with a photo of me and Kelly and me and my sister. I'm adding just a tiny bit of doodling because there was something missing. I missed some lightness and some brightness, so I'm adding some plus signs with dots around it. It feels like the night sky as at the headline from Flow magazine, and was just another piece that really connected everything together for me. So I really enjoyed this page, and then after this there is one more page that I am going to create with you for this week. Let me know if you also play along in this challenge. So week 8 was person/people, a business card, anything related to the sea, a vegetable plant, and a map. So I think this next collage that I'm going to create is one of my favorites I have ever made. So this is my people. This is the business card that I'm going to use in my background. This is my anything related to the sea. This is a vegetable plant from a garden book and a map. And I am going to use the map as my background piece. Of course, because first of all, it is big enough. And second of all, I love maps as backgrounds. So I'm just going to do this without measuring again. And I'm going to tear off that strip of paper to make sure that the width of my map piece is perfect for this book. I didn't want to have that white strip there, so that is why I decided to tear off a little piece. I really want to have the island of Japan there, and now I'm going to glue on the rest because I will cut off the excess later on. I am terrible at cutting papers to size. They are either too big or too small, so this is how I do it. And this time I'm actually going to tear around them because I really like the roughed edge, and that will also help with the inside one because then it feels like the same. But yeah, this is how I do it. When they are too big, I still have to cut around them. And when they are too small, I get frustrated because then I need to fix it. So that is why I do it like this. Now, while I was gathering my supplies, I first found my vegetable plant and my fish. And then I went through a fashion magazine and there was this lady with this plastic around her. And it made me think, because it's quite an aggressive fish, right? So it made me think about the world turned around because the fish have to live in a plastic soup right now, right? Because of us. So I thought, what if the fish would attack us and put us in a plastic soup? How would that look? I think that would look something like this lady in this plastic thing on top of her head. So I really had a chuckle with myself, pretending that this fish would create plastic soup for humans. As you know, a revenge, and to share, this is how you are making me feel. I really love this collage. I think it's one of the best ones I have ever made, to be honest. I don't know, I just really, really love it. I love the colors, I love the balance, I love the thought behind it. So after I was done sticking everything down, also very happy that I've used very big pieces. I'm going to cut off the excess, and then I will take some Flow word stickers to spell out plastic soup. Because yeah, I don't know, I think this would be, if fish could do to us what we did to them, I think this would look it would look like this. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and found some inspiration for your own collages or for your own challenge you do with Marguerite Miller, her prompts. If I don't forget, I will leave a link to her prompts down below in the description box. If I do forget, let me know in the comments and I will post it, of course. I'm very much enjoying this challenge. Thank you all for your lovely comments on the last video, that you would like to see more of them. I am very happy with that. I'm very happy to share them, so I really hope that you like them. Don't forget to like this video. It helps my channel a lot. Subscribe if you liked it. You can check out my Patreon, which is linked down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Bye!